Y'all, it's not looking good for Lil Durk right now because the judge just shut him down. Again, Durk showed up to court with a $4.5 million bond offer, thinking he might finally get a taste of freedom before trial. But the judge, he was not having it.
They always say anytime they keep denying bonds, it's like, why they keep denying a bond if it's like a slam dunk case?
The judge would not grant bond to the rapper, whose real name is Durk Banks.
And the details that came out in court, from secret flights to Dubai, to threats against witnesses, to ties to multiple murder-for-hire plots, this is deeper than we thought. Let's break down how Lil Durk allegedly tried to escape justice and why the feds are making sure he's not going anywhere. So let's start with what Durk's legal team tried to do. After prosecutors agreed to remove his lyrics from the indictment, they were originally using his songs as evidence, his lawyers saw a little opening. They argued that what was left in the case was weak, vague, and not enough to keep him locked up. And to back that up, Durk offered a $4.5 million bond. Now out of that, $1 million was coming from his label, Alamo Records. The rest, straight from Durk's pockets, a full $3 million cash. But the judge took one look at that bond and basically said, that's cute, but nope. See, what really blew up Durk's chances of walking free was what prosecutors claim he did before his arrest. According to them, Durk tried to fly to Dubai right before he got picked up. And let's not forget, Dubai doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US. So if Durk had made it there, he would have been sipping tea in the desert while the feds scrambled to figure out what to do. Now his team tried to play it cool. They said it was just a business and spiritual trip. Nothing shady. But the judge wasn't buying it. He said there was no proof the trip was planned in advance, and the timing was way too convenient, especially since it came right after one of Durk's co-defendants got arrested. In the judge's words, there is no evidence that he intended to go that day for any reason apart from the murder and resulting arrests. So basically, he saw it as a flight risk move, plain and simple. Now, about that $4.5 million bond, the court straight up said it wouldn't make Durk think twice. Here's the thing, $3 million might sound like a lot to us, but for Durk, the judge said it's only a fraction of his net worth. If he fled, he could still sit overseas and make money off his music. Like, he could lose the bond, drop a deluxe album and make it all back. And that $1 million from the label, the judge said it holds no moral weight. That's a corporation, not a friend, not a family member. Durk wouldn't feel bad about burning them if it meant freedom, and just when it couldn't get more serious, the judge hit Durk with another blow. Turns out, in a separate murder-for-hire case out of Chicago, one that Durk hasn't even been charged in, new evidence popped up. That evidence allegedly shows Durk tried to place a bounty on a witness's family member. So now, the judge says Durk isn't just a flight risk, he's a danger to witnesses too. In his words, defendant uses his money, influence, and power to endanger individuals whom he perceives as a threat. That line alone tells you everything. The court is treating Durk like a boss, not just a rapper, and they're not playing with him. Now, after the decision, Durk's attorney, Drew Findling, put out a statement. He said, while we are disappointed in the court's ruling, we remain confident that the truth will come to light when this case is tried in front of a jury. And he didn't stop there. Durk Banks is innocent of these allegations and will be fully exonerated. So they're still holding strong on the not guilty front. But let's be honest, with the way this case is shaping up, the road ahead is looking rough. So now we wait. Durk's trial is set for October. Until then, he's sitting in that jail cell. No bail, no studio, no freedom. And if the feds really got what they say they do, this could be the biggest fall we've seen since, well, you know who. Make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and keep those notifications on, because this trial, it's gonna be a movie. Now, y'all, Atlanta's music scene just hit DEFCON 1 again. Lil Baby shook the city and the whole internet when he brought out none other than YFN Lucci during his Wham tour stop in Atlanta, like out of nowhere. For those who've been paying attention, this wasn't just a surprise appearance. It was warped energy. Because baby, when Lucci walked on that stage, 1,000 eyebrows lifted, and one of them was definitely Young Thug's. Let's back it up. Y'all know Lucci and Thug ain't friends, right? Their camps have been on opposite sides of the street, both figuratively and literally, for years. And Lil Baby been known to have a solid relationship with Thug. So when he invited Lucci up like their day ones, fans instantly started whispering, what does this mean? Did Lil Baby just pick a side? What's Thug gonna say? Well, we didn't have to wait long. Thug popped up on IG and posted a slick photo of Lil Baby laying next to what looked like $1 million cash. And look, Thug didn't type a full paragraph, but the message was loud and clear. Basically, we getting money. I ain't mad, but I see you. It wasn't beef, but it also wasn't buddy-buddy. It was pure Atlanta code. The kind of post that says, I ain't tripping, but I ain't forgetting either. Now, let's not pretend Lil Baby pulled this move without thinking. People close to the situation believe he had a conversation with Thug before bringing Lucci out. You don't make a move that loud without clearing the runway. And Baby kinda addressed the whole thing in a cryptic tweet, saying, I'm never going against what made me. We moving as one on everything. Whatever that means, it sounds like he's trying to keep the peace while still moving forward. And honestly, maybe that's exactly what this moment was. Peace. Even Thug's homie and fellow YSL member Pee Wee Roscoe chimed in from behind the scenes of the Rico madness, saying they all want peace so no one is tripping over this.
Ain't nobody tripping but y'all, man. Enjoy the show, man. You understand me? Because it meant to be sold and not told, man. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, man. The only thing I'm doing local is riding on your streets, man. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up and see what's going on. I've been slamming the door, shawty.
Basically, Pee Wee is making it clear that it's time to grow, to evolve, and to move past the drama. Because as he put it, they've seen the worst of the worst. So why keep running in circles? If we're being honest though, there's still tension under the surface. This ain't kumbaya just yet. But moments like this might be part of a bigger shift in Atlanta rap. A shift towards survival, legacy, and healing. And folks in the comments were feeling it. One person wrote, I am glad these young men made peace. I just hate that people lost their lives before it happened. Love and respect each other people. Another said they would be ignorant to keep beefing just for people to instigate and criticize them for going to jail. Good move by all involved. And one more person hit the nail on the head. Why be against each other when the DA trying to take everyone off the streets? That's facts. Because while the media might focus on beef, the real enemy out here is the system that's trying to lock up every name in hip-hop. So seeing any steps toward unity? Yeah, that matters. Look, we ain't saying they're gonna drop a collab next week, but this might just be a sign of maturity, of strategy, and of knowing when it's time to let go. So while fans keep speculating and the blogs run wild, just know this. Lil Baby's move wasn't messy, it was a message. And Young Thug, he heard it loud and clear. The new wave is peace, and the real ones are catching on. Stay tuned, y'all. This story ain't over.